And yet again, another Rooster Teeth employee is gone. Rooster Teeth, what are you doing? I mean, seriously, what are you doing at this point? Hey, what is going on, everybody? How are you all doing today? I hope you all are having a wonderful and fantastic day today, and if not, hopefully you all will have a better tomorrow. So, Rooster Teeth, oh, yet again, never able to learn their lesson, and here we go with what I would say is probably one of the most irresponsible and transparent ways of getting rid of somebody. So, Christina Parrish. She is now gone. She is no longer with the company, it seems. And this one's actually a pretty interesting case. It actually falls all the way back to last year. So we're going to take a look at these tweets and talk about this because this is a strange one. So, Christina Parrish, this is what she had to say a few days ago. Imagine being asked to join a team because you have an established comedy voice. Then imagine being constantly sidelined, told your comedy is off-brand, but never given a brand outline or pipeline or instructions on how to adapt your work to continue to work there. And before we continue to the second tweet, I just want to say, getting constantly sidelined and told your comedy's off-brand. That's already not sounding very good. It's not sounding good at all. And hopefully grow what you asked for because you want to get better at your job. Imagine asking for a meditated session with HR to address why you aren't getting answers. And then being told that you're being let go. So going to a meditated session with HR and then just being told you're being let go. Now, that's a very strange thing right there. But here's the thing. Christina Parrish. This is not the first time this has happened to her. She's been fired twice. Isn't that interesting? A year ago almost. March 20th, 2019. Nothing like getting fired when you have pink eye. Which is this weird transparent way of saying it. I got rehired at my job. I'll be in content for a while again. Be aware, if you see me, I have a third arm. Now, I'm not really sure what the third arm thing's supposed to mean. I guess maybe comedy or something. I don't know. But does anyone know why these tweets are so important? So, back in March of 2019, which was around this time that she tweeted, Rooster Teeth had some secret layoffs that they didn't let out publicly. I found this out by insiders that had addressed this issue that had occurred. And, of course, Christina Parrish was rehired, but at this time, this is when she was laid off. And then it seems that in April, she was hired back on, because April 1st, is when she retweeted again. So, that was the first layoffs that occurred for Rooster Teeth last year, and many people lost their jobs at that time. And over the total of September, at least, they had lost 54 members total. So that's how many people they had, lost. Now, of course, there is this tweet here that I had to scour around for a while to find, but I finally was able to find it. Thankfully, the internet never forgets. And this is what Christina had to say. Funny how I got pink eye again and got let go from Rooster Teeth again. March 31st is my last day, folks. Just one less woman in a writer's room. Now, if you recall, Rooster Teeth has been going through a lot of bad things last year. All their skeletons started falling out of the closet. Of course, it started with Vic and how terribly they treated him, firing him. It was just awful how they treated Vic. And then, of course, going on to not only treat Vic terribly, but finally get revealed that for 4 whole years, which going on 5 now, they have abused their animators and treated them awful. And many people, as of last year, were leaving. Of course, many of them being laid off, which they were, I'm sure, given severance packages to say good things about the company before they left, because it seemed very apparent, and others saying that they were going on to do better things, which, leaving Rooster Teeth, yeah, definitely a better thing for each of them, and I hope the best for each of them that left. Think of it as, we then get to September, when the layoffs occurred, again, the ones that were publicly known. And then we get to, the week before Christmas, where more people, yet again, was laid off. the worst time you could possibly lay off anybody. I mean, Rooster Teeth also upping the prices on, their first memberships, which is now known as sloppy seconds because things aren't going there first, like Genlock, for example, which, that happened and lost them millions. Oh, which they haven't even gotten half of that back. So, Rooster Teeth has had a lot that they have not been learning from, and then, of course, C2E2, having Miles come out and blame white people for his terrible writing. Because Miles is a talentless hack that has to throw an entire race of people under the bus rather than actually take responsibility for himself being a bad writer. He's got to just blame white people instead of blaming himself for, not being able to understand writing. Because, Miles is a bigot. But it proves that Rooster Teeth has not learned a single thing at all. They haven't learned anything. And people are upset over what's happened yet again. Can't really blame them, but then again, this is showing Rooster Teeth becoming more of an irresponsible shit show, considering that the way that they fired her, HR not even coming to an agreement or trying to even tell her they just let her go again, says a lot, doesn't it? And here's what people had to say. When I was younger, I dreamed of working at RT. I haven't felt that way in a few years. I doubt I'd even apply nowadays. You'd be better off if you didn't, trust me. You'd be better off if you didn't. Same. Have you seen the employee reviews on Glassdoor lately? Yikes. This is disappointing on so many levels, and you deserve better, Christina. I'm gonna be straight with you. Rooster Teeth sounds like a shithole. Because it is. You got it, Matter. You got it. You know what you're talking about. MicroKitty stated, I am so sorry. We loved you every time you were on the spot. Your comedy was different and fresh and not predictable. I hope you find a new job that appreciates you and doesn't see you as a risk. Now, isn't that funny that they look at Christina's humor and they find that risky? But then, of course, you look at Miles' statement at C2E2, which was public. I mean, there's videos on that. And they keep him around, and yet he said a very terrible thing. I mean, really, Rooster Teeth? Really? Yeah. Tells us where you stand, huh, Rooster Teeth, doesn't it? Tells you what your priorities are. And it shows you Rooster Teeth has not learned anything at all. It just shows you how much worse and slimier they are the more you think about it, the more that comes out about them. Never a good thing comes out of these people. It just doesn't. Not ever since last year. It's like they are just trying to self-sabotage themselves at this point. I mean, and they've been doing a really good job at it. Their reputation in the animation industry is already bad enough as it is. I mean, now it's publicly getting destroyed. Another person had to say, onto greener pastures, canceled my first membership today for the first time since I can remember. They lost too much good talent to keep me around, and it just sounds like a super toxic place now. That's because it is. This person is right on the money. You're most certainly right on the money. So sorry to hear you definitely brought a fresh aspect to the RT core group, and it's incredibly sad to see another blast in the hull of a sinking ship. It sucks to see how poorly RT has been handling itself for the last couple of years. Wishing you luck in your future endeavors. Something I want to remind people, because there are so many people that are denialists that try to protect RT. I want you to know something about Rooster Teeth. They put themselves in the situation. No matter how much they want to blame AT&T, I want you to remember Rooster Teeth took the deal. They allowed themselves to be bought out. They didn't have to do that. Back in 2014, they let Fullscreen buy them out. Mind you, the fans tried to warn them and say, don't do it. And then Rooster Teeth's like, oh, but they're going to give us so much money. Showed you what they valued over the fans' opinions, right? Rooster Teeth could have stayed as an independent company. And instead, they didn't. They chose the money over what the fans were asking them not to do. Leave it to Rooster Teeth to make a terrible decision. Oh, wait, they've made plenty of those, and we have been seeing more and more, but now haven't we? Oh, Rooster Teeth, you couldn't be more irresponsible, could you? Oh, no, wait, no, you'll prove me wrong. You'll be more irresponsible in the near future, I'm certain, than you are right now. Because you're so unorganized as a company. I mean, it's insane. And it's not like we're cool, hip, unorganized. No, it's It's a no, we're not responsible, and we don't know how to be organized at all. Period. Kind of unorganized. And then you're trying to push your political values onto your audience, by forcing your agenda into shows that were at one time entertaining. Oh, Rooster Teeth, how the mighty have fallen. Another person responded with, "This is such a monumental mistake, Rooster Teeth. Not only is IB super talented, but having alternate styles of comedy allows your brand to reach more viewers. How much more of your talent are you going to push out the doors before they form their own company and steal your views?" That's a very good point, actually. Who knows? Many of them probably have already thought about it. I mean, Christina over here is going to have her own show. She's doing that, and she's having people, support her on Kickstarter. So, you never know. Wow, shame, Rooster Teeth. Company has gone downhill so bad in a year's time. There was a time I watched literally every show, but now these days I may only catch 2 or 3 a week. Value is just non-existent for me these days. Sorry you got treated like that, Christina. Yeah, it's it ain't looking good over there for Rooster Teeth. They keep losing people. Just a little over a month ago, Adam Ellis left, and 2 other people left. I mean, just saying. Continues to look worse for you, Rooster Teeth. Rooster Teeth is bleeding talent and dying because of it. When you first walked across the on-the-spot set dress and chips, I thought you were amazing and have ever since. I look forward to seeing what you make without the limitations of that company. Good luck. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Without Rooster Teeth, who knows? Christina will probably go on to do much greater things. I mean, I'm sure it's already going to be greater since she left Rooster Teeth, but who knows? Maybe she'll be able to come up with some good creative stuff that people enjoy. Who knows? We'll just have to see where it takes her. Another person had to say, I have no idea what's going on behind the scenes. There, as most all fans also don't have an idea, but I can say it's only gotten worse since they got bought a few years ago. They say they want new shows and outlets, then they cancel them or make another show like they've already got. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much true because Rooster Teeth is creatively bankrupt. It's very obvious. How is that expanding? You're just rehashing the same idea again. There are hundreds of channels that do what they've been trying to do recently. It just doesn't make sense. I love their content, but damn, it seems like they don't know what they're doing anymore. That's because Rooster Teeth doesn't know what they're doing at all anymore. I mean, Rooster Teeth, they're not creative. I mean, everything's the same, and here's the thing though, it's not entertaining anymore in comparison to what it used to be. Nowadays, it's the same old, hey, let's see what politics we can push into this today. Let's not come up with anything creative. It's a shame, really. And, with Christina being pushed out, right? Here's the thing. If some of you may remember the time that I talked about Ellie Main. Now, the case with that was Ellie Main left Rooster Teeth because she was going through some very bad depression. It was very hard for her. And of course, she did talk about it on social media, and she threw hints out at Rooster Teeth stating that could have been her problem, right? She didn't directly say it, but it was heavily implied, and there were even some former employees who seemed to jump in on that conversation and say the same thing. Very interesting situation in terms of Rooster Teeth if you think about it. And now Ellie Main's going to help Christina with her show that she's going to be doing on Kickstarter. Now, isn't that interesting, right? Rooster Teeth, you're falling apart here. One other thing to look at, one more person to say, what the hell is going on around there anymore? It's feeling like the beginning of the end for a while now. That's because Rooster Teeth led themselves to ruin, and that's exactly what's happening. We're looking at a case of get woke, go broke. That's exactly what's happening with Rooster Teeth. And Rooster Teeth, you did this yourself. You pushed away the fans. You pushed away the people that actually genuinely cared and supported you. And now this is happening. Not only that, but your employees are jumping ship as fast as they can because of the terrible work environment you put them under. I mean, Rooster Teeth, you continue to prove you have not learned anything at all, and you continue to regress rather than progress as you say you're going to. This isn't progression, this is regression, Rooster Teeth. Congratulations getting woke, because you're gonna go broke. Hope that goes well for you, Rooster Teeth. But anyways, let me know what you think about this entire situation down below. Subscribe to the channel if you are new here, and make sure you are still subscribed because YouTube's unsubscribing people from all their favorite channels, so make sure you are subscribed to all your favorite channels. Hit the video with a like if you enjoyed, and also share the video on social media, spread the word, and get it out there. It's greatly appreciated, and it really helps out the channel a lot. Also, be sure to follow me on Discord. We have a wonderful community there, and it'll also keep you up to date on when the newest videos will be released, as well as any other upcoming events. So be sure to follow me on Discord. The link is in the description down below. But anyways, I hope you all have yourselves a wonderful and fantastic day today. And remember, if today was not a good day, tomorrow could always be better. Take care of yourselves and everyone around you. And have yourselves a good one out there, everybody.